Well, there's the setup. We're gonna hit the trail and go camp. Here's my bundle of wood and my bottle of water.
Well, hello everybody. My camera wasn't doing well with the cold. I had to get it warm, so I showed some riding. And here's my campsite. Here's my tent. I know I'm gonna conk out again with this camera. I'm gonna have to struggle, get it warmed up. But I wanted to show some of the sight before the sun goes down. You saw earlier, well, here we are. I pulled that little blue sled after I did some trail riding. Got some wood, found some dead wood, thawing out the dead wood. I did about 35 miles to the store on trail, then put that little sled together and did a little last home run stretch into the state park. Left my house in Eustis on the Arnold trail system, jumped into the Rangeley Lakes trail system. That's a big tree down. Now I'm in Rangeley State Park. The park is not on the DEC website for winter camping, but I spoke to the ranger last year and he said I'm definitely legal. Park is closed, but no problem. I can ride in on a snowmobile and camp. So here we are. I failed last year with filming with this camera. I hope it comes through a little bit this year. All right, let me get this going here and I'll get back to you. Oh, that don't look too bright. I love that little light bulb. That thing's cool. A seek outside is flaming. Little close to the wall. It'll be okay. I've had that stove blazing red hot halfway up that pipe, quarter of the way up that pipe. So it'll do well. It's getting dark out. It's nice. I had too much of a fight with this camera. It's a GoPro 7. It's nice, but when you're on a snowmobile and it's 20-something degrees and then it's a windy day, so that wind chill is heavy, and then you add the speed of the snowmobile, it just zaps the power right out of the battery, and this thing just conked right out on me right at the right moment, and I had to try and warm it up, switch batteries, and just it threw my whole filming plan off. So whatever, I'm gonna get some more wood going. I'm drying out this dead wood I found. I like buying the bundle of wood because the dead wood is wet. I don't want to disturb the park too much, but it was leaning over. I grabbed it and it just popped right out in my hand. So I cut it up. And I'll get back. I'm gonna get some food going. All right. All right, we're not doing bad. We're getting a cold base going. Check this out. This is my boy. That's how you stick some wood in there without getting burnt. Ow! Didn't stop me. Ha-ha! All right. Getting a good draw right now. You usually get a little bit of smoke pops out. I'm wearing a headlamp also. You usually see something come out. Got this little thing of butter for 10 cents. Got 2 of them at the IGA in Rangeley. I'm gonna get some add some instant potatoes and some water going. There you can see that thing. That's gonna be about half that bag of mixed vegetables, and I got one of my one of my packets of chicken pre-grilled. I don't have any way to set this camera up the way I wanted because nothing went right. Oh, let's see what we got here. It's probably going to be a crappy view. Oh, well. Oh, well. Looks like you people got to deal with me. Too bad. I've been dealing with me for a long time. I'm used to it. Sucks. Sucks, doesn't it? Oh, that ain't bad. All right, got my little tripod on my spare set of boots. My camp boots. All right, awesome. Melting some butter. I watch a lot of videos. I wanted to give credit to the Mega Woods Walker and another gentleman named War Hiker. Goes camping with his little dog Cooper, cute little guy. And there's a lot of people I've seen with videos. Those two are just my early videos, and they both had titanium stoves and different tents. That was just my introduction to giving this a try. I wanted to give those guys some credit. There's a lot of people out there with videos and some good knowledge and equipment. I'm not here for bushcraft or anything like that. Maybe in the future I'd like to try getting better like that. But at this point in time, what I'm doing is using snowmobiling to camp and using camping to snowmobile. So I snowmobile the places and camp, and then the point is to set up a base camp and snowmobile out of that base camp further away from this park, further away from my house, and enjoy other areas of Maine. And not a lot went right this year, and that's part of what did not go right. So I was unable to make that happen. So we'll see what happens before the winter's over, if I get to pull off the type of mission that I was looking to pull off and the type of videos I was looking to do. I was looking to be in a different park further away, 2 different parks. Have multi-day trips and snowmobile out of those parks and snowmobile at my leisure. I don't have to worry about how many miles I do, where I'm going, what I'm doing. Nice and simple and enjoyable. Let's see how this camera's doing. Well, whatever. We'll see how it comes out. Deal with it. I'm tired of stuff going wrong. I'm tired of doing my job and nobody else does. Forgot my Cedar Summit spork. Let me get this thing ready. I was hoping to have some footage in the daylight with the camera and the battery, and I was behind schedule, and it didn't really work out properly. If I didn't have camera issues, I could have filmed some things, but I had too much work to do here and worry about the camera. Anyone who doesn't understand, when you're in an area like this, I'm on a legal, registered snowmobile on a legal trail system with signs and maps. So I'm riding out of my house. I have access to gas, food. The town is right across the lake. I would have liked to have shown you the view. Maybe I'll show it in the morning, walk over by the lake, and you can see the mountains and Okosik and Rangeley. That's what I wanted to film earlier. So I'm not out in the wild, but I'm all by myself enjoying this area. It is nice. I can get gas and I could buy more food. It was only a couple of miles, not much. The IGA is right across the street from the lake practically, so it was a little bit of trail ride, not much, out the back, swing around, then cross the highway and jump on the lake almost. So it's not like I'm taming the wild in Antarctica or something like that, but it's nice. My goal is to get to Moosehead Lake, Lily Bay State Park, and there's another park south of me, Mount Blue. So this was about 35 miles to the IGA and a handful of miles trail and crossing the lake. I did most of my miles without that little blue poke sled. You see, I could ride basically as a trail sled is supposed to, not pulling anything for the bulk of my miles. Then for the last stretch, put it together and get into camp. And Moosehead and Mount Blue would be like, I think around 70 to 90 miles. I don't know what it is, another 20, 30 miles from here. So that'd be 60-ish, 70-ish. You know, to the town of Phillips, I'm not sure, on trail. And then same thing, Greenville, being that 70, 80, 90 miles on trail from my house. Then I would put the little poke sled together, get some supplies, and do the home run stretch into the park. So I have my mobility. That's the whole point. I don't want to pull a sled. I don't want to pull a poke sled and supplies for 30, 70, 90 miles. That's ridiculous. And again, I'm not trying to be a bushcraft or a survivalist. It's about having a good time. But we'll see in the future. Start practicing some skills and things and get better at what I do. Knowledge is power. It's always nice. Why not? Well, we lost our good draw. We're dumping some smoke. I got vents at the top open though. On top of the gear loft, I got space. I got venting at my stove jack. I really wanted to show this tent in the daylight better and go through some things, but it just didn't work out. I'm tired of things going wrong and not having to make a video and launch a channel last year. So that's it. However this turns out, if you don't like it, go watch somebody else. I don't care. And hopefully over time, I'll get better with the camera, cinematography, and editing and things, and put together what I want, and people will like it. If you don't like it, I don't care. Could care less. But it would be nice. It's nice to share beautiful things with nice people. Oh, there's my stove jack. They don't make these tents like this no more. Alps Mountaineering is a Taurus 4. It's not a 4-season tent. Excuse me, but it is flame retardant. I do have my little, I gotta expose it better. I do have my little smoke detector up here. I got my carbon monoxide detector somewhere down low, or I left it at home, but I normally have one. And you can't see it. Maybe I'll show it tomorrow. There's a plastic window out there. They don't make it with the plastic window, only the mesh on the inside now. But I made that little stove jack It's got that insulation you put on home behind the wall for home appliances to block the heat. It comes on like a sticky roll, like a big roll of tape, tinfoil tape. So I made that circle, and I made those 2 plates with that insulation. And it's good to have the space around, so if the tent blows around, it doesn't knock the pipe out. And you want the venting, you want the air to come in, and it comes in there where the pipe is hot to the hot stove, so the cold air comes right into the hot surface. And I got the venting up top, so you get a good airflow, safe. And I made little, well, I got some wood down there, but I got some floor plates. Excuse me, I did the same thing with the insulation. And I got that little cookie sheet, little dollar store cookie sheet. And I put the insulation on the bottom of that. And, you know, later on I'll move these objects, and anytime I open the door, if anything falls, it falls right onto my little cookie sheet. And I got this fabric, looks like the same color as the tent floor, but it's actually flame retardant, and I got a welder's blanket to help out. Excuse me. But that's my setup. It's small, but it fits in my saddlebags, my rack, my backpack that I got over there. Everything works. I can trail ride. I feel the weight a little bit, but it doesn't really hold me back from riding. I get to ride and enjoy myself. It's better than driving, loading up a truck and going somewhere. You might as well ride trail to the camp and then ride in and out of the trail system for a few days, and then take a different way home and enjoy a whole nother day of riding on the way home. That's the plan. Hopefully, looks like my galvanized pipe got a little rusty over the summer. I don't know. I burned it good with the doors open. I burned the galvanization off when I first got it anyway. Looks like a little brown. Oh well. I guess I ain't gonna make it through the night. Who cares right now? All right, everybody. Maybe I'll film later or film breakfast. See how the battle goes. All right. Good morning, everybody. Got cowboy coffee going. Got a little bit of snow, wintry mix. Got a little something coming down. Whew. Got a little snow last night. I think I got snow in my pipe. It was struggling to draw. It's doing a little better now. I didn't put my little tip in the top. Those things don't work that good anyway. They usually make the draw worse. Look at that baby going. All right. We got a little snow. Might be a little much. Oh, it's boiling anyway. All right. That was my egg sandwich. There we go. Set up this tripod. That ain't bad. Little omelet sandwich I made yesterday, day before, but today. My toaster oven is the same toaster oven at home. Tin foil on my wood burning stove. This stove is too big for this tent. It's for a different tent I got it for. Got a Winterial 12-foot wide, 8-foot tall teepee that I modified. Me and my friend Andrew. But I'm not buying another stove yet. But I could really use a smaller stove. I'm struggling with this wood today. This is the wet wood. I didn't dry out good enough, I think. Some of it. Get some of this drier stuff in there. Yeah, I should have left the door open. It's struggling. It needs air. It's too wet. There goes my smoke detector. Up there went that footage. All right. I had my breakfast. I had to shut my camera off because this smoke detector kept going off. I was getting aggravated. Now I'm making hot cocoa. I figured out what my problem was. You could see some little bit of grizzle or creosote popping out over there. I had my exhaust flap closed last night. I think it built up some creosote as it cooled down in the spark arrestor. And then I kept moving this around and it freed it up or something and it started sizzling up, and now I got a good draw. Now I had a much better fire and nothing pouring out of the door or any other area. No more smoke detector going off. It's dumping outside. It's not going to snow for long, but it's coming down good, and I don't feel like dealing with it. I don't feel like going out there at all. I'm gonna hang out and make a hot cocoa and relax. It's supposed to end in like an hour or so. And then I'll probably start breaking things down. Maybe film a little more, show you the park a little bit. And then hit the trail and go home. Oh, this tent, not made for this, but man, does it work out. Look at that stove jack. At the gear loft, get the vents up there. This is one reason why I liked it as far as modifying a 3-season tent. You close these doors up, you basically have a 2-wall, double-wall tent. You really trap the heat. And you want to get this stove going, make food, but it's a little hot in here, but you got snow coming down or rain. You open these up, dump a lot of heat, nice hot stove. This thing really works. This side sends some cold draft through. I didn't build up snow around the outside like I've done before. I think what I got to do, I might put some duct tape or something over here. It's not a big deal. I normally put snow around like a wall. It's good to have some venting, but cut any wind coming through. But I got plenty of venting over there. This tent really worked out for me, and it fits in my saddlebags. I got lucky. I bought a lot of gear and stuff before I had the rack and the bags. And lucked out that certain things fit and worked. These things are nice too. I think it's ceramic, I'm not sure. I got it at the hardware store, Home Depot or Lowe's. So once you get something boiling, you want it to sit. It cools it down. Or here you can put it down so you don't burn anything. They were cheap. It's nice. Starting to get my setup in order. But this was my only trip this year. I had no practice. I couldn't get back in the swing of things. Nothing really worked out. Yay. One of those years. All right, let's see how this goes. This spot's pretty good with no widow makers up high. A few dead trees to worry about. The wind died down yesterday. So now, last night was nice. Second half of setting up camp, which I couldn't film. I keep the camera and my phone and stuff in the foot of my sleeping bag at night, and then when I'm sleeping or when the stove is going, I just put it all in the gear loft. It stays nice and warm, keeps things going. Volleyball net, picnic tables, swing set. Jesus, should have rode my sled over here. But here's the lake. It's where I accessed. Would have been nicer yesterday without snow, just to see what I wanted to point out. Hey, sucks that the camera conked out and I had to set up camp and not worry about changing batteries. I had to get going, nothing went right. But there's Rangeley, there's Okasik, and of course you can't see Saddleback Ski Mountain. I forgot about this possible snow today. Look how pretty it is. Okay, everybody, I'm not feeling well. I wanted to get the hell out of there. It was snowing up a storm before. So I'm all packed up. Looks like crap. I did a hell of a crappy job. Nowhere as nice as on my way here. It's all off center, but it's rugged. That's on there good. It's not going anywhere. I'm at the lakeside marina. They're real nice. I was inside. I got a steak bomb and a coffee and a Cinnabon. Nice little eatery, little sit down spot. And I charging up my GoPro. I'm gonna get some fuel. We got some non-ethanol gas for the sleds and nice people. So that's pretty much it. My show is over. I don't even know if I'm gonna get to camp again this year. Well, I made it home, and I'm beat up. I'm tired. Everything made it. Good deal. Oh, I didn't suffocate. I didn't burn to death. I didn't freeze to death, and I didn't crash. Yay! I'm alive. I did it. I had some sled issues last year. This year I had my shocks rebuilt. So thank you, Larry, at the Polaris dealer, Okasik Marine. He got his people on it, got my stuff going. I got to tune my sled. I have too much ski pressure, I think, and it's hard to tell because I'm riding in conditions that are subprime. And it makes you dart, and ski pressure, too much ski pressure makes you dart. So I don't know how much is the trail conditions and how much is my sled adjustments. I'm gonna have to get on it, but I am beat up. I'm all over the place riding. Thank you, nice everybody. Bye.